getting to scouting was always a dream, and I've always felt that I've never really looked ahead. I was so happy and, was so appreciative of the opportunity to get into scouting. Always just kind of focusing on the task at hand and wanting to dominate just that role. When I became a college director, obviously I kind of started seeing like, hey, this dream can come true.
I remember him coming to the Rams, as a PR intern. Then he got into scouting, and you knew right away that he was going to be a guy that was going to, be a leader someday. It was a joy to watch him grow into what he's become.
He knows who he is. I mean, he's a very selfless, humble, principled guy. He's very detailed. He's got a high level of intellectual acumen, and he's collaborative.
It's been fast, it's been very enjoyable. We've been working really, really hard. It's been a very collaborative effort, and so far we feel like we're right on track. We're having a lot of fun.
Brad, obviously our relationship's been outstanding. I mean, we see things so much alike. We are cut from the same cloth. We believe in the same type of players that you bring in to change a culture, the people you bring in, just the fundamentals of football, of the process, of everything. And so our working relationship's been outstanding at this point.
Working with Dan is he's been phenomenal, and we've just been working hand in hand together. We both have a shared vision. We feel like we're right on track in terms of fulfilling the vision for Sheila and the Ford family. From day one, from the very top, it's just being in a great organization around great people.
Everything that Brad and myself said that we wanted to do was to bring in the right people that fit our mold and fit what this community's about, what this team's about, which really is grit.
Having a collaborative effort, but bringing in players that have grit. Dan always talks about, let's have players that have grit, guys that we're excited about.
I feel like everybody that we've added kind of has something to prove, a little chip on their shoulder, which I think fits Brad and myself a little bit. I'm kind of the underdog, right? I wasn't a coordinator. Here I am. I was assistant head coach. Brad was college director coordinator. We're kind of coming out of left field a little bit.
The players that we brought in, I think, have met that, to bring in a Jared Goff.
He's going to run it straight in. Jared Goff.
Goff kind of got a bad rap. He has something to prove, no different than Tyrell.
To the end zone, caught for a touchdown. Tyrell Williams.
Having the ability to make big plays downfield.
Wide open Williams. He'll walk it in. Touchdown.
Bringing on a Michael Brockers, who we were excited about. He brings that grit and he brings that leadership.
I'd say this about Brockers. He's probably one of the few in this league that could wield the hammer of Thor.
Pressure by Brockers. He piles on Newton and sacks him inside the 15-yard line.
Romeo Okwara, to get him back, everything that he stands for, what he's about, his football character.
Okwara's got it. Hits him. Yes. Got him down. Safety.
Like all these guys we've added are hungry, good football players.
It's just been a shared vision, but we've all been excited about the players that we've added. It's been a very intentional emphasis. Guys having grit, and I believe that's what we've done. The process has been great, and starting off with the scouts, and the scouts have been very, very impressive. We had meetings way back early February. What's up, guys? Those first set of meetings with the scouts, it was cool to just sit back and listen and kind of say, wow, these guys are doing a great job and they have great insight on all of these players. All right, fire away.
He's big, he's athletic, he's strong, he's tough.
I mean, this kid has speed, explosiveness.
He's fast, and he covers a lot of ground.
This guy be a starter day one.
He's an elusive guy in the open field as a runner. He can break tackles. This guy can also make you miss.
Looks like the guy from Game of Thrones, the mountain dude.
They were very, very impressive in terms of presenting the information and making sure that we're finding the players that have the standard of intangibles that we're looking for. Hey, real quick, just intangibles and mental.
He has all the football intangibles. This was the grittiest and nastiest player I saw on film.
He has all the intangibles.
Very good worker. The guy's got some juice, high energy, passion on the field.
But I love this kid. He's quirky in a good way. This is a kid who fit right in with our locker room.
The staff that's been around me has been amazing with, John Dorsey. He has a lot of experience and I've learned a lot from him.
Whatever Brad asked me to do, I'm willing to do it. That's what you do when you're in that role. And if there's a piece of advice I can give him through my own personal experiences, I'm going to share that with him because that only makes the organization better.
Ray Agnew, for him to come in when he was able to come in was huge.
That was a no-brainer, when I got the call. I didn't even let him finish. I was like, of course I will, He's an awesome guy, great evaluator, and he's doing a great job leading us here right now.
Come on, Ray. You got to fight for this guy.
I'm done fighting.
One last. Just going to let him down on the vine.
I'm done.
Dave Sears has been instrumental.
I'm a little different on this guy. I'm kind of seeing a different player. This guy's very raw. I think he lacks instincts. He doesn't make a lot of plays, and I would disagree. I don't like this guy's motor.
Everybody else, Lance Newmark, he's been huge in the process, and he's been a cog that, give a lot of credit to. Would not be here at this point without those guys and be in such a good position without that balance with the staff.
I always try to look at the tape before I do anything else on a player because that way you have no bias at all. You don't know that he's been in trouble. You don't know that he's, had injuries. There's none of those questions. You're just looking at the tape. So when a guy passes the tape test, you kind of figure out where he passes to what level, and then you start to, from that point, answer all the questions about the kid's background, the kid's character, the kid's work habits, the kid's intelligence, the kid's love of football, how he'll fit in with our team, how he'll fit in with that position group. There's a ton of questions you answer, but obviously passing the tape test is job one.
But one really, I think for me, is trust the tape. I think his tape's good.
This guy's one of those guys who watch on tape. It's fun to watch.
One of my favorite players to watch over the last 2 years. I love running backs like this.
He's a tough little son of a bitch, and I like watching this kid. He's one of my favorite corners to watch.
Competition he was going against on film wasn't great, but he was still crushing guys in the pocket.
I wasn't impressed with the tape this year.
I would say the first thing you look for when you're watching tape is athletic ability. Like right off the bat, the movement, the competes, the toughness, the physicality, and then you look at, okay, got that out of the way. Now is he doing his job? How well does he execute? How hard does he finish? Does it matter to him? Does he play with pride, one snap to the next? Is he all in all the time? Are there some plays he's all in and there's some plays he's coasting? So those are the two main things you look for on every play, are the athletic ability and then the production.
I still struggle with this guy on tape, the physicality. I think he's more of a Weaver run style.
This kid has all the physical traits. When you watch him, he can run, he's tall, he's athletic.
But real good production, as a returner.
I like the tape from 2 years ago, then the kid opted out this year.
This has been a year where prior year film has probably meant more than ever before. Going back on guys and really kind of trying to find out exactly what the foundation is on them. This year was different for every player, both Senior Bowl and Pro Days. Their importance has been magnified significantly this year.
This guy had the best Pro Day out of a receiver I saw live this spring.
At the Pro Day, he ran slow, then the position work was very average. It just kind of unraveled on him the whole day.
This might be the best workout at any position I saw all spring.
Our guys are out there traveling, a lot in an environment that's less than ideal to do so. So the Senior Bowl was kind of the one major showcase for top talent outside of the season.
I thought the Senior Bowl, he definitely improved there in some of those areas that I was concerned about.
Disappointed, the Senior Bowl stuff, I was really hoping he would take a step forward.
I thought he had one of the best Senior Bowl weeks of anybody down here.
I thought at the Senior Bowl, that's the best he's ever looked over the past 2 years.
They're important always, but I think they've become more important than ever because they're your one testing ground versus the combine, which you usually have multiple times to test, multiple times to see guys physically.
Some will look at it as a challenge because it's a different process with no combine, and even the Pro Day circuit limited people that can come and attend the Pro Days, but I'm having fun with it. It's a little bit unique, but you gotta be able to adjust and definitely trust your personnel staff.
Pro Day was really bad.
Impressive Pro Day.
awful pro day, wouldn't want him.
I thought the pro day was awesome. The more I've been around this guy, the more I've watched him, the more I've just gone up on him.
This guy just keeps descending.
I wouldn't mind passing on him as well.
I think he would be a guy that we could build the defense around.
I think this guy's going to be a rock star in the league. You know, we get instantly better with him.
Our area scouts are tasked with not only knowing who the prospects are and their evaluations, but also we trust them to truly know the players better than anybody in our organization. They are the experts on those players on and off the field.
Character for this kid, I didn't really think he was a Lions fit.
If there's a traffic light, green light means you're all good on it. Yellow light, just proceed with caution. Are you yellow light or are you red light?
Green, baby.
He's the highest character guy I did all fall. All the intangibles are there, all the football character is there.
It just is kind of hit or miss if he's going to develop as a person. I would never draft this guy for what his talent is.
Two-time captain, face of the program.
Mental makeup, physicality, special teams, like he's everything you want.
That's exactly what we're looking for, is the guy that fits the standards and meets the standards of the intangibles that we're looking for, both on and off the field.
Dude, this guy was the best overall person in the building, one of the hardest workers on the team, craziest family story.
This guy's got all the intangibles that you want. You want this kid in your linebacker room.
Character-wise, he's a happy-go-lucky kid that people like being around. He is a huge trust guy, and that first month in your building will be critical for him to feel comfortable.
You love the instincts and explosiveness. Really good interview at CGS.
Our scouts will contact the players multiple times. Our coaches will contact players multiple times and try our best under the current situation to develop a relationship, develop a good sense of what that player is.
Congratulations for you. You played your ass off. You put yourself in a position to be one of the top corners in this draft.
Yeah, man, we got our eyes on you.
We wouldn't be spending a bunch of time with you if we didn't really think highly of you.
I'm excited for you. I'm excited for your future. I'd love the opportunity to coach you.
I mean, I love watching you play. I love the passion that you play with. I think you're going to be a really good player in this league. The purpose of this, to get a chance to get to know each other, okay? Me learn something from you, you learn something from me.
Regardless of how we feel about the player, whether we think he's the first pick in the draft or whether we think he's, a great after the draft free agent, we try to really have a high level of communication with all those players, and it involves our coaching staff taking a lot of time and doing a great job of really trying to get to know those kids and trying to see how intelligent they are, see how they'll fit in the room.
Better run blocker or pass blocker in your opinion?
Who would you compare yourself to, or who would you model your game after right now?
Who's your favorite artist?
How would your closest friend describe you in 3 words?
How would you say your play style is?
How'd you grow up, man? Just tell me a little bit about that, your childhood.
Show me your favorite concept.
What do you think best suits you as a learner?
Well, we come to you and say, hey man, you know what? This week we need you to play 4 core phases on special teams. How are you gonna handle that?
I often talk about intangibles show on film, but what a human being is off the field, a lot of times it's going to carry over. That's something that you feel good about investing in.
Give me some ways that you personally could have been more successful in college.
And I bring you here with Detroit Lions. What am I getting? What kind of guy am I getting?
There are guys that you got to wake up, and there are guys that are woke. What's your attitude? What's your motivation?
Would you rather be the linebacker that makes other calls, or do you want to be the other linebacker who gets the call and then just plays?
It feels good to get those answers from you, to be honest with you.
Grade A for me from that standpoint.
Of all the ones I've done, you were the best one.
Shoot, just being able to get to chat with you for an hour has been fun.
You killed it, man. You killed it.
We draft you. It's gonna be time to roll, baby.
Coach Campbell and his staff have been unbelievable in terms of communication and telling us exactly what they expect out of each role on both sides of the ball.
Pat, can he play any special teams?
Yes, I believe you can play some teams.
You guys kind of think in terms of, can he separate? That's what I think of. Can he separate in the pass game?
But if you kind of bring him along slowly and he can build up some confidence and he's in a room with some good guys that can show him the way, he's certainly capable of falling in line that way.
If you got to hug this guy before every game for him to play that way, I'll hug the shit out of him.
That's awesome. I mean, he is genuine. He loves the game of football. He's very passionate.
Dan Campbell has been extraordinarily involved, and it's been incredible to be a part of. This guy has been so committed to this process. I would say that's probably the most extraordinary part of this whole year has been his involvement.
What's this guy's demeanor like? I've never been around this kid, but just from afar, he looks, a little Eddie Haskell-ish, I don't know.
There's going to be guys in here that you root for, right? You want to hang your hat on these guys. There's something about them, man, that you love. Make sure you let us know who you love. Like, man, I love this guy. There's something about him that I root for, and because that means something. It means something to me for sure. There's a challenge that lies ahead of us. I think all of us know that, and I think all of us are up to the task. Hopefully we're never in this position again, picking at number 7.
Coming from the Rams, and we had a first-round pick in years, so it's exciting to be able to pick a guy in the first round.
Having a first-round pick, that's probably the most exciting thing.
I've really enjoyed the process leading up to it. I feel like we have a great knowledge about this class, and I feel like we're very prepared, both in terms of the evaluation of the player and the evaluation of the person. So I feel like how it falls, we're going to be ready for every eventuality, and we're going to get some good players that are going to contribute right away.
You know, having a first-round pick and picking high and know that you're going to be in position to acquire a really, really good football player definitely makes you excited.
When we sit there and follow Brad's lead, you know that we're going to take what's best for this organization moving forward. And we're going to get players that match the mindset of those two gentlemen. And that's all you can ask for.